What's going on YouTube? This is Top Gun Maverick Pilot here on my desktop, and today I'm doing something completely different. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to critique some air shows. Now I'm first going to do the North Korean air show because they've been talking about it, giving a huge hype that their their air force is the best in the world. Sure, whatever. So anyways, instead of me going through DCS World and me flying, I'm just going to take a break. I'm still waiting for the F-14 Tomcat and the FA-18 Hornet. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do this. I'm going to critique the North Korean air show. The reason why is because a couple of days ago, I actually found, and YouTube recommended me to watch this video. And it's a really good video. I'm going to give credit to the person that recorded it. I was going to give credit to that YouTube channel. I didn't take this video. So I'm going to make credit to that channel. But anyways, and it was a good channel. It was a good video. But I had to critique it really well because I found a lot of discrepancies with that. Not the video or the recorder itself, but the actual air show. So let's go ahead and begin. So when I typed in the 2017 air show, they didn't have one. North Korea didn't have a 2017 air show because they have a strange excuse, I should say. So it says here that does not outline a specific reason for cancellation. It cites current geopolitical circumstance, uncertainty, and recent upgrade travel warnings by numerous countries regarding visiting North Korea. What? I have no idea what that exactly means. So geopolitical circumstances, that includes other countries, international countries around you that's pushing pressure or some type of issues that's making you uncomfortable and etc. Uncertainty, that's okay, that's self-explanatory. I guess, you know, it has to do with the air show itself or the logistics, the funding. I'm not too sure. A recent upgraded travel warnings. I don't know if that's because the ballistic ICBM missiles that the North Korea have been doing and they're pissing off Japan, the United States, South Korea, and China's not supporting them. That's probably the reason why. So they said that it's supposed to take place in September and has been canceled by the North Korean preparatory committee. So I guess they couldn't really show new aircrafts, the logistics, or these excuses of the current geopolitical circumstances and etc. So I had to go back to 2016. All right. So first thing, they have it on the bottom or on the top what kind of aircrafts they have. So the first one is the IL-18. And funny thing about this aircraft, they only have one. This is the only one in North Korea. And this was a civilian aircraft in 2016, but in 2017 they transitioned to a military aircraft. So this new livery of the North Korea, it looks nice, but it's no longer there. It's gone. So this was for civilian air use, but now it's military air use. So I actually read that, and this aircraft is completely obsolete. So they're using old aircraft parts and they're doing reverse engineering. But yeah, whatever. So obviously the MiG-29, and this is one of the 3 sophisticated aircraft that they have, because apparently they didn't show their Su-27 that they have, but this is the MiG-21 that they have. So the air show, they're showing a couple military aircrafts, but they're showing a lot of airliners. Why, I don't know. So okay, so let's continue on. So they do a parachute. I guess it's a short runway. The Wonsan Airport, it should be a long runway, especially for these fighter jets, but I guess so. So this one is the Tu-135. I think it was a 135. I'm not too sure. So this one right here is, no, 134, excuse me. So this is a early passenger aircraft, and right now it's in limited use. Therefore, it's going to be obsolete very soon. So they repainted it, and it looks nice. But I mean, it's an air show, so it should be more about like aerodynamics and or just air stunts. But you know, you could make an air show with passenger aircrafts, but it's technically a static air show. But whatever, it's still fine. So good landing, and the aircraft looks nice. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a good looking aircraft, but it's about to be obsolete. So that's the TU-134, and this came out in 1960s, early 1960s. So it's over 50. It's about to be 60 years old. So, all right, the next one is the Su-25, and this aircraft is still in use. So this aircraft is one of the other aircraft that they're not obsolete or about to be obsolete. So this is one of their okay aircrafts, but the Su-25 has been since the late 1970s and still in use. Don't get me wrong, but you know it's a close air support aircraft, so whatever, you know. So good landing. It's a good. I mean, I like the livery too. It looks nice, I guess. Just needs this parachute because I'm telling you, this airport is a long runways. This will be a good runway for the aircrafts, but all right. So the TU-154. Now this aircraft is again a passenger aircraft, and this aircraft is about to be obsolete as well. It's a limited aircraft, so limited use and service. So they still have parts for it, but they're not building it anymore. And this came out in I think late 1970s. Late 1960s. Late 1960s. So it's a nice aircraft, but it's a passenger aircraft too. It's not for anything military use. So good landing. I like that. It was nice. It's not bad. So, but like I said again, air show for passenger aircrafts. I mean that's a little bit embarrassing, but whatever. I mean, it's the same thing. So, but yeah, good livery. I like that. Good paint job. What the fuck? Okay, so this, first of all, they didn't show anything. What is it for? Okay, first of all, let me talk. Hold on. Let me pause this. Let me pause this. Right here. Okay, so before I talk about the aircraft, that helicopter, I am gonna burn y'all so bad. So this is completely staged. Fuck you guys. This is completely staged. So, number one, I could tell it's completely staged. Now, all of these, majority of these, don't get me wrong, are actors. By looking at this shot, I could tell the actors from the original people. I give you 5 seconds to figure out who are the actors and who are the original people. You ready? Oh, hold on. I'll give you a couple more seconds left. Okay, here we go. So, the people who are sitting down, they have the same shirt or the same hats, the same covers, and they're carrying the flags and certain other flags, the Wonsan Air Festival flags and the North Korea flags. And all of them have brand new shirts, brand new pants, brand new hats and covers. All of these are actors, and every time an aircraft flies by, they all clap in a synchronized motion. And all of them are sitting in a proper sitting positions. And I have to say, all of these are actors. The people on the back who are standing up, those are original people. Why? They have different covers, they have different shirts, they have different trousers, and they have different colors of hats and different type of hats. So all of the people who are sitting down, it's all a gimmick. It's all a gimmick, people. All of these are actors, and they're all smiling, and none of them, they're not different from the other person. So you can't bullshit a bullshitter. You can't bullshit me on this, dude. I'm sorry. So I had to like throw that out there. So all these people, when the camera sees, they all clap and they wave their hands, and they, you know, with the wave flags. You know, this is not a fucking soccer game. Come on, quit fucking bullshitting around. Okay, let me stop. Let me stop again. The reason why that they didn't have a description is because these aircrafts are from the United States. So these aircrafts are the MD-500. These used to be the military version. This is the civilian version, but the military version was from the Vietnam era, and that was the OH-6, the OH-6 helicopter from Hughes and McDonnell Douglas. Yes. So these helicopters are only for scout helicopters, scouts and U.S. scout helicopters. Very lightweight. It's almost the little birds of our U.S. Variants. But this is an actual legitimate U.S. helicopters. And why do they have it? They have 87 of these in service. And they obtain it from wars and other countries. So they obtain these illegally. Right there. This is a U.S. aircraft, and you can see it right here, X-Stall. This aircraft, okay, so I gotta read more about it. I'm not too familiar with this aircraft, but this is the P-750 X-Stall aircraft. It's a utility aircraft from the United States. Why do they have it? I don't freaking know. These aircrafts are from the 2000s, early 2000s, around 2001. So this is the newest aircraft, the latest and greatest aircraft on this air show. All the other aircrafts that I've read and I've written down from the website and also looked through them, this is the only newest aircraft they have, and it's from 2001. Let that sink in for a second. And this aircraft is the X-Stall P-550 and 750, excuse me, 750 from the United States. Yeah, that's all I gotta say. But whatever, utility aircraft or not, it's an air show. But I mean, whatever, dude. All right, good flare, whatever. So this is the IL-62 and M, and this is another airliner. They have a lot of airliners on this air show. I mean, it's supposed to be majority supposed to be military and aerobatics and etc. But you know, you can make an air show with airliners, but that's when you have too much, it becomes a static air show, but whatever. So this one is from the early 1960s, and is limited service because they're about to be completely obsolete, and they're not making them anymore. But the parts are still there, it's still in the warehouse, and they're doing reverse engineering. And with these aircrafts, pretty much I have to say is it's old. So it looks nice. The paint job, the livery looks nice. Good job. But good flare, good touchdown. It's because they've flown these several times because, you know, the pilots, they're original pilots from the airport. So, from the Wonsan airport, whatever. So, the aircraft looks nice. I'm not gonna lie. So, but these are old. I mean, these are about to be obsolete, completely obsolete, guys. So these aircrafts are extremely loud inside, and passengers, they complain that these engines are extremely loud for this cockpit, for this airliner. And this airline is old. It's from Soviet era, guys. So whatever. Now this is the AN-24 and the B. This is the late 1960s. Now these are active because many countries are using them for other services, not for military civilian. But okay, so this is the MiL-17, and it's a great helicopter. So it's still in service. Several countries are still using it, so there's nothing wrong with that. So the other two, this one and the other one, there's something wrong with that because these are great helicopters and aircraft. So, and this one is from the 1975s. So the IL-76 is good aircraft, still in service because many countries are using them, and they keep updating. It's like a B-52 bomber. You know, it's a very old aircraft, but this is from the 1970s, and the B-52 is from the 1960s. But you know, they're updating. They continue updating and retrograding and everything, so it's still good. So this landing was actually good. Look at that. He actually have a good flare and a smooth touchdown. So I like that. This pilot knew what he was doing. So good on him. Really good. So I see he's gonna use the reverse thrusters, and good landing. Good landing. Not bad. So the livery is really good. So. Alright, so from now on, all of these are now the actual legitimate air shows, and this is the Su-25 Frogfoot, so good that they're going to take off, synchronized, and not bad. I mean, these guys, they could take off. So they have, with the Su-25, They only have a limited number, but that's their only legitimate. I know it's a close air support, but it's the only legitimate bomber they have. The only legitimate bomber they have, and they don't require a bomber because they can't really go into offensive side. They could go into defensive side, but the offenses they suck. So good synchronized, and they stopped the video. That kind of sucks. So good landing. So that was a synchronized, but all right. And no parachute, and the other one had a parachute because I guess he had a late parachute then. That was a mistake. I think the one deployed too early, and that one deployed too late, and using the brakes. So the MiG-21, my second favorite aircraft in the world. So these are flown by, both of them are female pilots. I read the website, and also I read the forums and everything. They're both actually female pilots. One of them was the first female pilot. So let's see it. So I like the livery. It's nice, it's new. It's not all black and crappy looking. So I guess it's for the air show. So they could have done a better paint job, but whatever. So all right. So whoa, his angle attacks. Whoa, tail strike! Tail strike! Oh shit! Oh man. This pilot is gonna get fired. This pilot is gonna be eating fucking fish heads and rats for the rest of his life. So that was a bad landing, guys. That was really bad. Oh man, let me. How do I do the speed? Let me figure this out. So here's the speed. Sweet. So I could tell because the flare was really bad and the angle of attack was too high, and he was trying to gain more speed. Okay, so right here, he was losing and he was descending really quick. He had no airspeed whatsoever. So what happened is his flare was bad, and that it barely touched it, but it's still tail strike because it really hit the left tire really bad, and I think it deformed. I think this is gonna be checked out. So let me just look at it again. Oh man, that was bad. That's embarrassing. That's what happens, man. They don't fly a lot. The North Korean government, the military government, they don't fly a lot because they're trying to keep their engines intact, and they don't have enough fuel, enough hours for the pilots, and food as well. And also, they don't have enough equipment to retrograde and you know, reimburse the old parts and etc. So I have to say that. Yeah, the angle attack was way too high. This fin right here is to legitimately to protect the actual engine, and like the angle is way too high. This pilot, first of all, this pilot is looking way too high. I mean, I don't know what this fucker doing. Well, what he was thinking, but it's not a regular aircraft like the other aircrafts. The MiG-21 is a delta wing aircraft, and you have to have a higher speed for landing. It's not like a other aircrafts where you could do a slower speed and land. I mean, you can't even descend really quick because you're gonna damage the landing gears. So yeah, his flare was fucked up. His angle attack was fucked up. His speed and descending rate was fucked up, and he hit. Oh, that was nasty. So he barely touched it, but. Nah, it was still bad. Nah, it was still bad, guys. So, alright, enough with that. That was bad. That was really bad. Alright, even the commentator was like, whoa! So, people are carrying the parachuters. Oh. Wait, isn't that supposed to be in the first part? In the air shows, the parachute is supposed to fly with the flag. You do your national anthem. And then that's when you commence the air show. Why are they doing it at the end? Is it is it? Because I think the aircrafts were parked. I saw the one of the aircrafts parked, so they probably switched it. Okay, technically you can't do that because you know. What the fuck? Is he taking a shit? He's diarrhea. Why this color? Why this color? Isn't it supposed to be like red or blue and white? Like, okay, see, that color had nothing to do with the colors of the North Korean flag. So, And there's their Juche, whatever you call it. So, all right. So yes, I do have to give credit to us, this Sam Chui, and they're the ones that they did the um video. So please subscribe to them. Also look at their videos. It's really great. I looked through some of them, and they have great videos, great information. Good job, guys. Thank you for your time and consideration, and also for me, uh, letting me like look through it. So for education purposes. So my final thoughts for for the air show is I don't know if the individual put it here and there, but I had to say that number one, you're using U.S. aircrafts, and especially that military helicopters, and not, they're civilian actually, they're civilianized from the military version, and then using the other aircrafts. So I have to say that it's kind of embarrassing, and no wonder why that 2017 it's it's been canceled, I should say. But here's the thing with your air shows. First of all, you cannot say you're the best and greatest air show, because you're not. Because you have several aircrafts, majority of them, almost all of them, are completely obsolete. And the only ones that are not is the IL-76, the SU-25, the MiG-21, and the helicopter, and the MiL-17, and the MD-500, and then the newest aircraft that you had in this air show was the 750, and it's like, oh, that kind of hits hard. I ain't gonna lie to you. So that's the only one that's 2000, bro. That's the only one that's 2000 millennial. Like what the fuck? I'm sorry. All right, so I'm gonna rate the Wonsan Air Festival. So my rating is gonna go like this: 0 is gonna be absolute worst. That's because the safety wasn't paramount, because there was gonna be a collision crash, and there wasn't really an air show. There wasn't even anything. It wasn't even probably considered an air show. That's 0. 5 being the best. It was original. It was astonishing. It was great. It had a vast variety of things to choose from: performance, exhibition, etc. So to rate the Wonsan Air Festival, it's a flat 1. Here's the reason why. The first main reason is because safety. Safety is always paramount. Because the pilot that did the tail strike on that MiG-21, it tells me that the pilot was extremely nervous, and it didn't have the enough training in hours of flight, because that was like a rookie mistake, a basic like common rookie mistake that the MiG-21 pilot did. The tail strike, it was bad. It's like you don't even know your own aircraft. And when you do your landings, you got to understand your flares, your timing, your speed, your accuracy, your altitude, and your angle of attack, and everything else. And for that, it seemed like it was very beginner. So it was bad. So I have to say that really took a huge toll on the air show. The second thing that took a huge toll on the air show was the actors, man. Like, what the hell you guys are doing? The actors was so, like, it's so unbelievable. It was so obvious from a mile away. There weren't any family members. There was not even a mom, a dad, and kids, yelling and screaming, this is awesome, waving. It was the same people, the same age group, with the same clothes, the same new type of clothes, and they were all synchronized in hand gesture movements. It was such a stupidest thing they could fucking done. It's so fucking stupid. Why would you stage that? That makes the entire thing a gimmick. The entire thing is just a prop. So that took another huge toll on the Wonsan Air Festival. It was just stupid. The third thing I had to say is because there weren't that many performers. It wasn't even anything. Over half of the performers they had, it was a civilian aircraft. So it was a static show. It was about, your old Soviet replica aircrafts. I mean, there's not even replicas; they're the original ones. But it was not saying, hey, this is a museum, this is a reenactment, or it's a combination of what happened many many centuries ago. No, it's just saying this is what we have, and the shit that you have is Soviet era. It's like from the 1960s to the 1980s. The newest aircraft that you guys have, which goes to my next reason, is a new 2001 utility civilian aircraft. That tells you a lot about your Air Force. It's completely obsolete, guys. There's not that many aircrafts to choose from. So that's another bad thing. You put in new livery, you put in new paint on the aircraft, especially on the civilian airliners. Okay, it looks nice, presentable, but it's not a new. It's probably a new thing for your country, for your viewers, but it's nothing to show up for. The next thing is, besides the performers, there wasn't anything else. There was no like a circus team, or there wasn't more of a acrobat team, aerodynamic team, or showing cool moves, and or showing like aircraft shooting fake bombs, missiles, rockets. It had none of that. It didn't have more little shows for the air show. They didn't have more demonstration. It was just, here's our aircrafts, here's our helicopters. The only thing was completely different was the parachute team, doing the national anthem. Okay, but that's it. So it sucked. So the entire show was very mundane. It was very boring. It was just nothing whatsoever. It had nothing to show up for. So the next reason why is because they didn't have no commercialized thing, commercial or booths, and they didn't have the pilots, out there talking to the viewers and saying whatever they want to say. Every pilot that was in there, it was all staged, it was all scripted, and they say the script like they had something stuff up their ass, and then that's it, and they leave the audience. They couldn't ask questions or act normal or be themselves. Say how they were. They love their military or what they think about the military, their time in service, about the aircraft they're flying, what they want to fly, their life. What they like or don't like. How come they can't do that? Oh, it's because it's North Korea. So I had to say that even one is being generous. But if they're going to do a 2018 Air Festival at Wonsan, they have a lot of work to do. They have a lot of things they need to do in order for them to even become a good, legitimate, so-so air show. New aircrafts, better trained pilots, not being a prop, a stage prop. So let go of the stupid fucking actors. Seriously, let them go. It's really stupid for them to do that. Have different type of performance, different little shows, mini shows. Have other teams like a choreograph of team. Cool ceremony, better demonstration, cool performance. With precision and professionalism. Things like that. Have more of that instead of just solo pilots flying around and not doing shit. They need to do more cool stuff like that. So that's it. So that's my verdict. It's gonna be a 1. They need a lot of work to do. They have a lot of work to do. So that was my for the Wonsan Air Festival. That was my critique. So I'm Top Gun Maverick Pilot here on my desktop. I hope I see you guys again.